Is right, Mr. Dunson, but might be old Cookie might not like grubbing the trip all that way. You heard me good that time, didn't you? Well, I might be able to...
Interesting facts about famous people.
Walter Brennan, Westerns. One of the best known and loved Western character actors of all time. Brennan has worked with and for some of the best actors and directors in the business. He always brought a flawless performance to any movie he was in. Like all the great characters in the genre, these movies would not have worked without their important contributions. I put this list of some of the best known movies together today, just to remind us of what this man did with the time he had on this planet and in this genre. If you enjoy this video, take a look at my channel for many more. The link is in the description. Don't forget to share with your friends. Barbary Coast, 1935. Mary Rutledge arrives from the east, finds her fiancé dead, and goes to work at the roulette wheel of Louis Chanel's Belladonna, a rowdy gambling house in 1850s San Francisco. Walter Brennan as Old Atrocity. Three Godfathers, 1936. Three fugitives risk their lives to bring a newborn baby out of the desert to safety. Walter Brennan as AKA Gus. The Cowboy and the Lady, 1938. A lonely socialite masquerades as a maid and meets an unpretentious, plain-spoken cowboy who is unaware of her true identity. Walter Brennan as Sugar. The Texans, 1938. After the Civil War, an ex-Confederate soldier faces new battles, including the elements and a carpetbagger intent on destroying him. Walter Brennan as Chuckawalla. The Westerner, 1940. Judge Roy Bean, a self-appointed hanging judge in Vinegaroon, Texas, befriends saddle tramp Cole Hardin, who opposes Bean's policy against homesteaders. Walter Brennan as Judge Roy Bean. Dakota, 1945. In 1871 Dakota, two crooked businessmen opposed the local wheat farmers and the railroad development to control the town of Fargo. Walter Brennan as Captain Bounce. Red River, 1948. Dunson leads a cattle drive, the accumulation of over 14 years of work, to its destination in Missouri, but his tyrannical behavior along the way causes a mutiny, led by his adopted son. Walter Brennan as Nadine Groot. Blood on the Moon, 1948. Unemployed cowhand Jim Gary is hired by his dishonest friend, Tate Riling, as muscle in a dispute between homesteaders and cattleman John Lufton. Walter Brennan as Chris Barden. Brimstone, 1949. A US Marshal goes undercover to stop a cattle smuggling gang, but when his cover is blown, the hunter becomes the hunted. Walter Brennan as Pop Corteen. A Ticket to Tomahawk, 1950. In 1876 Colorado, the Tomahawk and Western Railroad was expanding through the Rockies, but some stagecoach operators, fearing a loss of revenue, planned to sabotage the railroad. Walter Brennan as Terence Sweeney. The Showdown, 1950. Shadrach Jones is convinced that his brother was robbed and killed by a Circle K ranch cowhand, and therefore he joins the outfit in order to find the murderer. Walter Brennan as Cap McKellar. Singing Guns, 1950. Notorious stagecoach robber Rhiannon is unintentionally appointed as deputy when he saves the sheriff's life, and must wear two hats between his new job that he enjoys and his old occupation that he misses. Walter Brennan as Dr. Jonathan Mark. My Darling Clementine, 1946. After their cattle are stolen and their brother murdered, the Earp brothers have a score to settle with the Clanton family. Walter Brennan as Old Man Clanton.
When you pull a gun, kill a man.
Yes, Paul.
Along the Great Divide, 1951, a US Marshal and 2 deputies rescue a cattle rustler from a lynch mob led by a local cattle baron, convinced that the rustler also killed his son. Walter Brennan as Timothy Pop Keith.
Who are you? My name's Merrick. I'm United States Marshal.
Return of the Texan, 1952. During the 1950s, after many years in Kansas City, widower Sam Crockett, his 2 children, and his grandpa returned to their abandoned family farm in Texas and faced many difficulties. Walter Brennan as Grandpa Firth Crockett. The Far Country, 1954. A self-minded adventurer locks horns with a crooked lawman while driving cattle to Dawson. Walter Brennan as Ben Tatum.
And in a pinch, I can take care of you too.
Drums Across the River, 1954. When whites hunger for the gold of the Ute Indian land, a bigoted young man finds himself forced into a peacekeeping role. Walter Brennan as Sam Brennan. Four Guns to the Border, 1954. An outlaw gang on the lam encounters former associate Simon Boomer and his gorgeous daughter, who's drawn to their leader, Cully. Walter Brennan as Simon Boomer. Gunpoint, 1955. A peace-loving owner of a general store who became a town hero when he luckily killed the leader of a gang of bank robbers, is deserted by the townspeople who fear the threatened return of the vengeful bandits. Walter Brennan as Doc Lacey. Shootout at Big Sag, 1962. A shrewd wife is pushing her husband into a range war with a neighbour. Not helping matters is the fact that his son and his neighbour's daughter are in love. The husband hires a low-life saloon owner to ensure that the deed is done. Walter Brennan as Preacher Hawker. Rio Bravo, 1959. A small-town sheriff in the American West enlists the help of a disabled man, Walter Brennan, a drunk, and a young gunfighter in his efforts to hold in jail the brother of the local bad guy. Walter Brennan as Stumpy. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate likes and subscribers. Don't forget to hit the notification button to get my new videos. Share with your friends. Drop me your comments. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Please take time to take a look at my Facebook page for new information.